4:30 a.m. Frankfurt Airport Immigration Desk. In my hand, a single 8 gigabytes USB drive. But the numbers inside could shake an entire nation. The officer opened my passport. Fake name, fake nationality. My palms were sweating. Business trip? Yes. Financial consulting. Not a lie. For 22 years, I'd managed money. I just didn't mention whose money, where it came from, or where it went. The stamp came down. Approved. Walking toward the exit, I couldn't look back. I knew they were there somewhere. People who wanted to take me. People who wanted to kill me. People who wanted this USB. Fall 1998, Pyongyang. A lecture hall where my fate was decided. Comrade, the homeland calls you. I was 26. I thought it was an honor. Overseas assignment. Student cover, Europe. Everyone envied this path, but it wasn't study abroad. You're not students, comrades. You're custodians, guardians of the homeland's blood. First training lasted 3 months. International finance, shell account operations, dual authentication systems, money laundering structures. We didn't learn economics. We learned how to hide money. Remember this, without you, no one can access these funds. You are the key. I was proud. Back then, Zurich, spring 1999. Cover trading company employee. Reality secret account manager. How much was under my control? First year, $200 million. 5 years later, $1 billion. When I left, I won't say the exact number. Just this more than some countries' annual budgets. The system was perfect. Singapore Corporation A to Luxembourg Fund B. From there to Cayman Islands account C. Finally to Swiss Bank D's numbered account. Different names, different documents, different lawyers at each stage. But final authentication? Only me. Fingerprint, voice, and a code that changed every 48 hours. I was the key, and simultaneously, the hostage. I knew where the money went. Weapons purchases, through French brokers to Africa. Receipts said, agricultural equipment, luxury goods, designer watches, premium liquor, German cars. Recipients? Those people in Pyongyang. Bribes, Southeast Asian politicians, African diplomats, Middle Eastern intermediaries. All documented. I felt nothing watching it. Just numbers, account codes, transfer amounts, commission rates. Just Excel files. That money wasn't for the country. I realized that much later. Around 2015, the atmosphere changed. Manager Kim, heard about Berlin? They recalled him. Why? Account irregularities. No contact for 2 weeks. A month later, his family disappeared from Pyongyang. 2017, my direct supervisor received return orders. Just headquarters briefing. 2 weeks max. 6 months passed. No calls, no emails, no trace. That's when I knew. The regime was shaking. They were erasing evidence. Fall 2019, encrypted message arrived. Comrade Kim, coordinate return schedule. Direct headquarters briefing required. Return to Pyongyang by November. My hands trembled. Return orders. Direct briefing. We all knew what that meant. Next day, another message. Prague comrade under investigation. Suspicious account activity. Submit materials related to Comrade Kim. Prague, my college classmate. Clean record. Under investigation? Then me too. I didn't sleep that night. 2 options. 1. Obey orders. Return to Pyongyang. Probably arrested at the airport. If lucky, Camp 15. If unlucky, well, lucky would be better. 2. Run. But where? They're everywhere. Berlin, Paris, Bangkok. 3 days of thinking. Then I conceived a third option. Run, but not empty-handed. November 23, 2 a.m. I went down to the office vault. Double steel doors, biometric authentication, time lock. Only my fingerprints and iris could open it. Inside, 1 filing cabinet and a dedicated server. 22 years of transaction records. All account numbers. All beneficiary lists. All intermediary information. And signatures of final approvers. I pulled out a USB. Started copying. 1998 to 2019. 23,000 transactions, 147 accounts, 53 country network, 17 minutes to complete. I pulled the USB out. This palm-sized device held billions of dollars in secrets. Silence was safe, but it was also complicity. I didn't want to live as an accomplice anymore. The flight ticket was ready. Frankfurt to Bangkok, then to Korea. 40-minute taxi to the airport. The longest 40 minutes of my life. Check-in counter, security screening, departure area. Every moment felt like a trap. Mr. Kim Chol-soo? My heart stopped. Two Asian men in suits. Can we talk? Somewhere quiet. Who are you? Someone sends regards. From Pyongyang. I thought it was over. But the man smiled. Strangely warm. We're not from there. South Korean side. Mr. Kim, you need help, right? How? We know what files you downloaded these past 3 days. And how important they are. South Korean intelligence had been monitoring me for 6 months. My emails, vault access logs, even the return order message. Mr. Kim, you must choose. Right now. Behind me, more men approaching. Westerners this time. Probably CIA or German intelligence. And far back, behind the duty-free shop, a familiar face. A face from Pyongyang. 3 forces wanted me simultaneously. 10 seconds. The Korean agent said. 10, 9, 8. I gripped the USB tighter. 5, 4, 3. Let's go. To Korea. That's how I came to South Korea. Incheon Airport, November 25th, afternoon. Straight from airport to car. National Intelligence Service underground interrogation room. 7 days of questioning. Answered everything. Everything I'd known for 22 years. USB analysis results came a month later. Mr. Kim, this data is sufficient. We can pass UN sanctions. Freeze at least 50 accounts. Then, that money? They'll never use it again. Strange feeling. Money I'd guarded for 22 years. Those numbers that defined my existence. They'd disappear now, but I couldn't tell if I felt relieved or empty. Your family members. The question remained unfinished. I knew the answer. Mother, Pyongyang Chung District. Younger sister, Pyeongseong teacher. 2 nephews, all caught in guilt by association. Already caught. Anyway, to contact them? Sorry, that was all. I gained freedom, saved my life, but lost everything. Now I live in a small studio somewhere in Seoul. Got settlement money, new name, new ID number. Sometimes I watch the news. UN Security Council sanctions 50 additional North Korean financial accounts. My data. International community uncovers North Korean slush fund network. The network I managed. People don't know who's behind that news. That's better, I think. Don't want to be treated as a hero. I'm not a hero. Someone who guarded dirty money for 22 years. Someone who just entered numbers. While knowing that money bought weapons, paid bribes, while people starved. Just someone who stopped, even if late. Sometimes I wonder if I'd returned to Pyongyang. If I hadn't taken the USB. If I'd stayed silent and lived quietly. Would it have been safer? No. I'd be dead anyway. Then is now better? I don't know. Freedom without hearing mother's voice. Safety without seeing my sister's face. Conscience without calling my nephews names. Is this really what I wanted? I often can't sleep at night. In dreams, I see it. The airport, the vault, and Mother, Chol-soo, why did you do this? I can't answer, even in dreams. But one thing is certain. If I went back to that moment, I'd do the same. Take the USB, board the plane, come to this land. Why? Because silence was more terrifying. Because living as an accomplice was more disgusting. And because someone had to speak the truth. Somewhere right now, there's another me. Entering numbers, managing accounts, sleepless at night. I want to tell that person. You can stop. It's not too late. Of course there's a price. Enormous price. You might lose everything like me. But still, you can look in the mirror. Look straight into your own eyes. This is what I gained. Not money, not honor, not family. Just myself. Myself I found after 22 years. The USB is probably somewhere in an NIS vault now. But the real evidence is here. In my memory. And now, with you listening to this story, I'll keep speaking. Until the day I can see mother, my sister, my nephews again. Or maybe I'll never see them. But I'll still speak, because that's the only atonement I can make. For 22 years of silence. This is my story. The man who guarded the secret vault. And the man who opened it.